She didn't lose interest. She just stopped talking. And the worst part, you didn't even notice when it started. At first, she used to tell you everything. Every small detail. Every random thought. Every feeling she couldn't keep inside. You didn't even have to ask. She wanted you to know. But slowly, something changed. Her messages got shorter. Her words got lighter. Her emotions quieter. Not because she had nothing to say, but because she started feeling like it didn't matter. And that's where everything begins. Not when she leaves. Not when she becomes cold. But when she stops feeling heard. You see, most people think relationships end because of big fights. But the truth is, they end in silence. The kind of silence that grows between two people who are still talking, but no longer understanding each other. At some point, she tried. She tried to explain what hurt her. She tried to express what she needed. She tried to show you where things felt off. But every time she opened up, something happened. Maybe you dismissed it. Maybe you got defensive. Maybe you said you're overthinking. And in that moment, she didn't feel understood. She felt alone. Even with you. And that feeling? It changes everything. Because when someone feels unheard long enough, they don't get louder. They get quieter. They stop repeating themselves. They stop explaining. They stop trying. Not because they don't care, but because they're tired of not being understood. And here's the part no one talks about. When she stops expressing herself, you think everything is fine? No arguments. No complaints. No emotional conversations. Peace, right? No. That's not peace. That's distance. Because she didn't become easy. She became distant. There's a difference. And most people miss it. You start thinking, she's not complaining anymore, so things must be better. But in reality, she just gave up on being heard. And that's dangerous. Because the moment someone gives up on being understood, they start disconnecting emotionally. Slowly. Silently. You'll notice it in small ways. She doesn't react the same. She doesn't get excited to talk. She doesn't share things that matter. And you think, she's changed. But she didn't change. Her effort did. Because effort only exists where it feels valued. And when someone feels like their words don't matter, they stop speaking from the heart. Now here's where things go deeper. This is also where tests begin. Not the obvious kind. Not the games. But emotional tests. She starts pulling back, just a little. She shares less, just to see if you notice. She stops opening up, just to see if you ask. Not because she wants attention, but because she wants to feel seen. And when you don't notice, that confirms everything for her. That she's not being heard. That she's not being understood. That she's alone in this. And once that belief settles in, it's hard to undo. Because now, it's not about communication anymore. It's about connection. And connection dies when communication feels pointless. Think about this. At the beginning, she didn't have to hold back. She felt safe expressing herself. She felt like her words mattered. Like you cared about what she felt. But over time, that safety disappeared. Not because you stopped caring completely, but because you stopped showing it in the way she needed. You listened, but didn't understand. You heard, but didn't feel. And for her, that wasn't enough. So she adapted. She became quieter, more distant, more reserved. And the more she did that, the more the connection faded. Until one day, you realize something feels off. Conversations feel empty. The energy feels different. And suddenly, you start asking questions. Why are you acting like this? Why don't you talk like before? But by that time, it's already too late. Because she didn't stop talking overnight. She stopped after trying too many times. After feeling ignored too many times. After feeling unheard for too long. And now? She doesn't see the point anymore. That's the truth most people don't want to accept. Attraction doesn't die from lack of love. It dies from lack of emotional connection. From feeling misunderstood. From feeling like your voice doesn't matter. Because when someone stops expressing themselves, they don't just lose their voice. They lose their attachment. And once that happens, they start detaching emotionally. Not loudly. Not dramatically. But quietly. And that quiet detachment? It's the hardest to fix. Because you don't see it coming. There are no warnings. No big fights. Just silence. And by the time you notice it, they're already halfway gone. So what's the lesson here? It's simple, but most people ignore it. People don't leave when they stop loving you. They leave when they stop feeling heard. When their emotions feel dismissed. When their voice feels ignored. And if you want to keep someone, you don't just listen. You understand. You validate. You make them feel like what they say matters. Because the moment they feel like it doesn't, they stop trying. They stop sharing. They stop connecting. And eventually, they stop caring. So if you ever feel like someone is pulling away, don't just ask yourself, why are they changing? Ask yourself, when did they stop feeling heard? Because that's where everything begins.